Coach Cam made this shit.
New Year's jokes.
Oh, are you talking like the see you next year shit?
Yeah, that's the New Year joke.
What other ones you got?
I don't know. That is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. So it's that joke. It's
But I know there is more.
I'll say if that is the joke to solely represent every New Year's joke, then yeah, they're fucking trash. It's overrated. There's got to be at least a good one, right? No,
I've never heard one.
Yeah, I've never heard a good time-based joke.
Yeah.
Like, oh, have a nice trip. See you next fall.
Yeah.
It's the most annoying shit, you know? 'Cause, I mean, you just fell and ate shit, and somebody's like, hey, you have a nice trip? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Did you find anything else?
The very first one that came up, if you look up New Year's
Did you look up
jokes?
best? Oh,
I just looked up New Year's jokes. The very first one that comes up is, where can you go to practice math on New Year's Eve?
Times Square.
Times Square.
Where else would you fucking go? What?
That's the joke. So no,
Yeah,
overrated.
Okay, yeah, that's really bad.
So
they don't have a
overrated.
lot of shit to work with, in all fairness, but
Yeah.
yeah. It's so confusing doing this and saying overrated because, like, when you say over, I want to go like, but
Yeah, I understand.
It sucks ass.
Yeah, overrated. I agree.
Jacking off at work.
I've never done it, so
come on, you work out of your car. You never jacked off in your car?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. So that was kind of a test because I watched a podcast on TikTok. Like they just showed a little clip, and someone called in and was talking about jacking off at work, and they just completely picked it up with like the nuances of jacking off at work, and I was like, they're super casual about this. Like as soon as the caller said that, I thought they was going to be like, where do you work? Like what are you doing like at work? But I was like, no, I've never jacked off at work.
No. Yeah, because I was going to say, I don't really have an opinion because I don't know if it's overrated. Yeah. I also don't know if it's underrated.
It doesn't sound good because, like, I know right after I jerk off, like, I need a minute to myself where I'm like, like where post-nut clarity hits.
Yeah, you need to recover.
Yeah, because you're dealing with post-nut clarity at work. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to just be thinking about shit like that while I'm at work and I'm like, I'm kind of nasty. That was pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to be super horned up. Which, don't get me wrong, I have been super horned up, but I don't think I've been horned up.
I've never been that horned up. Especially as a mailman, that's fucking wild.
That's really gross.
Yeah.
It's really fucking gross.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one.
I can't believe you never jerked off in your car? I haven't either, but it just sounds like I don't know, it doesn't sound like a weird... Well, because I was thinking, I was like, well, I've had sex in my car, because, you know, like...
Yeah, I've had sex in my car.
Yeah, but
I've never... No, why would I need to?
Yeah, like, I as it...
Also, my windows aren't even tinted, so that would be horrific. Like, because now I'm thinking of, like, the what ifs, and I'm also thinking of, like, workaholics, because I think they do that.
Oh, yeah, they definitely do.
They jerk off in their car
they all do.
at work.
Yeah, so they just... They're in the... Well, yeah, the trifecta. They're jerking off at work in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit the trifecta, but... Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was weird how casually they was just like, like, it's weird. Like, I've done it before. I always feel weird after, and I'm like, you should feel weird now. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're talking about jerking off at work.
No, that's wild. The way you said it, though, it definitely sounds like you have not jerked off at work, but jerked off in your car.
No, because I was thinking about it, and I was like, jerking off your car doesn't sound weird because I've had sex in my car, not living at my parents' house because there's no need to anymore. Yeah. But like when I lived with my parents, I didn't have the room or privacy there to do it. So I was like, just do it in my car. But like, I never was like, man, there's no way I could jerk off here. Like there's no level of privacy. So I was like, I don't know. I don't know why I would jerk off my own car.
I've never had to live out of my car. So
poor bastard has got to detail my car after. Yeah. I wanted to introduce it super casual to see if I could like bait you into just being like, oh yeah, because if I said it casually, I figured you'd be like, oh yeah, it's like that, and be like, it's not like that, buddy.
Yeah, because I was trying to think, I was like, I can't just be like, oh, that's overrated, because I was like, I've never done it. I was like, but I can't be like, oh, that's underrated again, because I've never done it. So we are curious.
This was supposed to be the middle line. I don't. Yeah, that was a bad look. We're on the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know yet.
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us your best jerk off at work story.
I kept mine New Year's related, and this is like one of the big things for New Year's: traveling. So it doesn't have to be for New Year's, but just traveling in general.
Yeah, underrated. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll say heavily underrated because I think that's one of my biggest character flaws is that I'm not a well-traveled person. Yeah, I'm not a well-traveled person. Like, I know the world from what's around me. Mm-hmm. And that very much limits my perspective or, like, intelligible takes on things. So, I would love to be more well-traveled, hear how other people in the world think instead of just my bubble and social media tell me. So, yeah, traveling very much underrated. I think that's it makes a it just always seems like it makes you more of a better person with a better perspective on things.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on underrated for the reasons that you said, but I'm actually going to go overrated for a different reason. Of like, there's so many people that are like, my goal is to travel, and they pick like the most generic spots. Like,
they're going to Panama.
Yeah.
They're like, I want to travel. I'm going to go to Panama on spring break. Like, that's not traveling.
Yeah.
Just a douche. Like, it's not traveling.
Yeah. Like, you hear a lot of people who are like, my goal is to travel. But they're not doing it for the fact of, like, they want to see the world. They do it because it would be cool to tell people that I've been to these places. And that's kind of dorky. Like, I don't know another way to put it. It's just, I don't know. It's not. That side of it is definitely overrated. And if you say you want to travel, you definitely attract that crowd of
travelers
of travelers to talk to,
like backpacking hobos. Like, oh yeah, I could really use a lift if you're on Ontario, Canada this week. But yeah, okay. So you think it's over?
Yeah.
Triple doubles. You
You
personally getting triple doubles?
Me personally? Oh, it's definitely underrated. I'm the GOAT. No, triple doubles are underrated. They're still so important, and they're still a pretty crazy stat line. But I think,
give me one example in the past week where a triple double helped a team win.
If I'm not mistaken, Draymond Green has only lost one game ever if he has a triple double.
Ever.
He's like 30-1 or something. I just seen the stat.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know why I was thinking of it as like he has a triple double every game.
Like
so I was like, there's no fucking way.
Westbrook has like the worst odds of a triple double because of course he has the most. There was someone else who has 100%, but I don't remember who.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I seen a stat line about triple doubles right before you asked me this, so that really worked in my favor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they can really
track your phone.
They can really help the team, but it doesn't feel like it because there's one person who has just made triple doubles look like a joke.
That's also why I asked you about the jacking off at work thing and the next one. But I actually asked that because I saw Steve Van Gundy say, I guess it was recently, but that ESPN just threw it out there that he said triple doubles are overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah. I mean, they kind of are nowadays. They don't really. It's just something like, oh, that's cool. That happened. Like, you hit a milestone. You're like, oh, you had your triple double. Yeah. That's a cool milestone. You don't have to do it all the time.
Yeah.
If you can, it's got to be one or the other, man. Like, if you're going for it, but if not, like, just do what the team needs to win. It doesn't, and that doesn't mean it has to be a triple double. With some people, it does mean they have to get a triple double.
Yeah, it does piss me off whenever I see like a stat line that's like 20 points, 8 rebounds, 15 assists. I'm like, man, you couldn't get the other 2 to just make it a triple double.
Yeah, you could have just not scored a couple times and been like, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't like seeing it when it's not a triple double sometimes. Like, if it's close to it, I hate seeing it, but
yeah, I
think it's a cool individual stat, and you can see like people like Westbrook. I don't know why we haven't name dropped him. Yeah, but Westbrook.
Yeah, because literally anybody knows that's who we're talking about.
Yeah, Westbrook is someone who, like, if he could have maybe toned it down just a little bit, the individual awards of how many triple doubles he had would have made him look like one of the greatest players ever.
Yeah.
And all he needed to do was just tone it down just a little bit to be a team player to win a ring or two. And you're looking at him like he's in the GOAT conversation of his position, at least, like top 15, top 10.
I would say he's in the top 15.
Yeah. Without seeing a list, it's hard to just say it off of just randomly. But and my last will be New Year's resolutions.
Of course, I'm thinking cynical, but I'm thinking about people going to the gym because I gotta imagine that's the most popular resolution is like
Get in shape.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose weight or I'm gonna get toned or just like just get in shape. Whatever your idea of getting in shape is, and I mean that's where the gym makes their fucking money is where people have New Year's resolutions, start a gym membership, and then just they go there for like a month and they're like, God damn, that is some work, and they're just like, I'll keep it just in case I want to come back.
That's what I was about to say. A lot of people you'll see be like, oh, I really want to get in shape. They'll start up a gym membership, but not going to the gym is procrastinating.
Yes.
Canceling your gym membership is quitting.
Yes, that's 100% admitting. You're still like, well, I still have the gym membership because when I have time, I'll go.
Sounds like we're selling gym memberships.
Yeah, I know. God, could you imagine us walking up to people and trying to sell, and they're like, what the fuck? Do you go to the gym? And like, I do.
You're a pretty big guy. Like, you could.
Yeah, but they're like...
I couldn't.
Yeah, but I think they could look at me and be like, dude, it looks like you've been going to the gym for 6 months, and you're trying to sell me on it. I'm just like... Yeah, kind of. I used to work on a high school too, so I know what I'm talking about.
So I think New Year's resolutions are overrated. I kind of go back and forth on this.
No, they're definitely overrated. You shouldn't wait till New Year's to change shit.
That's kind of why I feel like it. But I'm definitely someone who, and I mean, even today, like, hey, do you want to shoot the podcast at 12:30?
Yeah, we were supposed to start this like 2 hours ago,
and then it's like, oh, it's 12:45. Start at 1.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm definitely that person, so I understand the New Year's resolution thing.
Yeah, but that's just so annoying. Like, if you're a lazy sack of shit in December, you're going to be an older lazy sack of shit in January. Like, nothing's going to change if you're waiting for a day to change. Man, I just sound like an annoying, like... I just sound like one of those annoying, like, non-inspirational, motivational speakers. Yeah. That's has 8 divorces, bald, and you're just like, you need to do this. Like, no, you need to do this. Sometimes
they're not wrong.
I mean, sometimes.
And then, like what you just said.
Sometimes Trump wasn't wrong.
God, really wanted that one. But...
I get it again in 2024, baby. I don't know why when the camera turns on, I go Republican.
That's what I was going to say.
I never talk like this, but as soon as the cameras roll, I'm like, man, wouldn't it be cool if I was Republican on camera?
But I think the idea of a New Year's resolution is great. I think of setting a goal to get your shit together is a great idea.
Yeah.
I think the reason it's so overrated is a lot of people pick someone else's and just don't really do it.
Well, yeah, because usually the people that set New Year's resolutions, they set it in they think about it in like October and they're like, oh yeah, when this New Year's rolls around, because it gives them some time. Mm-hmm. And then once like this week rolls around, they're like, oh fuck, that's coming up. I don't know. I don't feel ready.
Also, ones that require you to go out, this is an awful time to start. Because like New Year's is like snowy weather. Yeah. So, I mean, holidays were around this period. So like things are shut down. The snow makes it hard to get out.
Yeah.
And so if you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym, one thing that you really need is to be consistent.
Yeah.
Missing days makes it so much harder to go back. And there's so many excuses set up for you now. You already need to be disciplined before now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously with the calendar year rolling over, it gives the people like fresh start.
Yeah. And that's why I think it's great.
Yeah. And they're like, I think the gym's a really popular one for that because they're like, oh, well, I still have some time before like summer weather rolls around to where, you know, I can show people that I'm not just a fat slob anymore. And they're like, yeah, I have plenty of fucking time. So if I start now, that'll be okay.
Yeah.
But you won't.
No.
You're not okay.
But if you are, great.
If you're not, okay.
If you go through with your New Year's resolution, that's amazing. that's amazing. Like, that's just the best way to put it. If you don't, no one expected you to, so congratulations.
I have zero hope in you.
So, yeah, wow.
And finally, Prostitutes.
This is another one. It's like, if I say something, it's going to seem like I've done a prostitute.
Or you are.
Or I am a prostitute.
Men can be prostitutes.
Yeah. Hear me out. Don't cut me off on this.
Right, I won't say anything.
I think it's underrated because it should be legal. Because, like, I don't understand why it's not, actually. Seems like they just can't be taxed. So...
Well, yeah, because it's something that'd be hard to regulate, because, like, how are you going to regulate it? Like, are you going to have people, like, are you going to turn, like, pimps into managers?
Yeah.
And, like, have, like, a company set up, right? Like, it's nothing you can really organize, and I mean...
Yeah, but, like, I support, like, I don't pay any OnlyFans, but, like, good for anyone who makes money off of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel about, like,
well, I mean,
prostituting. Prostituting is just the extreme version of that. I mean, it is. I mean, it's the larger version of it.
I just love the word extreme.
I know it does.
It's just like OnlyFans, but extreme.
That would be the advertisement you see.
That's what I'll be an advertisement for our podcast. Oh, it's OnlyFans, but extreme. But no, I just watched a movie called Monster about Eileen Vornos, and she was a prostitute in Florida that like killed 7 men. And I was like, I never thought of it as like a glitz and glamour thing, but I was like, it looks rough. Like that looked rough living in Florida. And I couldn't imagine being a prostitute in Florida and then sleeping with Florida people.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Your girlfriend's a Florida person, right?
No, she's not from Florida.
Oh.
She just lived in Florida for a little bit.
How long?
I don't actually think it was that long.
Okay.
I think it was like 6-7 months. Like,
I was like, because she seems like a nice person. I didn't think she lived there for like more than a year. I was like, when I met her, I wasn't like, this is someone who came from Florida.
Yeah.
I mean that as a compliment. I didn't mean that as like oh wow, she's a really hefty person. She shouldn't be near a beach. I know that's not what was on your mind, but that's exactly where my mind went to, and I was like, I don't know. I guess I should cover this.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate it, I guess.
So yeah, we went from talking about prostitutes to your girlfriend.
Yeah, weird how things work.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not legal, but it is like decriminalized in a lot of places. Like in New York, it's decriminalized.
I didn't know it was in a lot. I thought it was kind of just New York.
That does sound like a very New York thing.
Yeah.
But, okay, a lot is probably an overpitch for that, but I think there is a surprising amount of places that has it decriminalized.
Nevada is the only state with legal prostitution.
Oh, like full-on legal.
Yeah.
I like when stuff's decriminalized. Like, it's okay if you do it, but I just don't want to see it.
Yeah. It just said Nevada.
Huh.
So,
Nevada. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Does it? Why? I was agreeing with you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Okay, yeah.
That's got to be the best area to be a prostitute, I guess, like cities. Because, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a prostitute out here.
I've never thought about that. Like, the best place to be a prostitute?
Yeah, you don't want to walk around farmlands and be a prostitute because you're going to run into, like, 2 people. They're going to be the same 2 people every fucking day.
Wow, that's never been a thought I've had. Yeah. There's better places to be a prostitute. Honestly, it made me think of, like, the same as, like, there's better places to be homeless.
Yeah, like LA.
Yeah.
LA's a good place to be a homeless prostitute.
Yeah, but I never think about, like,
to meet a homeless prostitute.
I never think of, like, if I were homeless, where would I want to be? Like, I don't think about that. Yeah,
you shouldn't.
Yeah, and same as, like, if I was a prostitute, where would I want to be? I don't think about that usually.
Both LA. Yeah, if I lose the house, I'm just going to whore my way to LA.
Yeah.
Just blowing whoever picks me up on my route. Yeah. Like, well, I just blew you. You could have drove me more than 5 miles. I'm just... You took me to the interstate. It's really inconvenient. Nobody wants head going 90 miles per hour down I-65. At least just take me to the next exit. Yeah. Oh, what did we say?
I said underrated. Underrated.
Prostitutes get the official thumbs up
Of underrated.
from Jammin. They get our Jammin thumbs.